Hello, my name is Stephan Kammerer. I'm the owner of SK Mouthpieces in New York City. What I want to share with you today is a really quick test that you can use if you're out shopping for a new mouthpiece for your saxophone, or if you want to test the mouthpiece that you're currently playing to see if it's actually playing as well as it possibly could. First, you want to just make sure that you have the mouthpiece on the horn in tune to where you would normally play. Play an open C sharp on your horn. Obviously I'm using a soprano saxophone today, but it's the same for an alto. On an alto, it's the open C sharp on the alto, open C sharp on tenor, open C sharp on baritone, or whatever other saxophone you might play. What you want to do is you want to put the mouthpiece in your mouth so that your upper lip is all the way up. The point is to have your embouchure past the break on the mouthpiece. So the break is where the curve on the mouthpiece actually starts. You want to find out what the mouthpiece does when the reed is not supported by your embouchure. And what we want it to do is to stay in tune, basically. One of the very common things that will happen is that it'll start pulling down in pitch. Another thing that might happen is that it starts squawking. So the test sounds like this. I'll test it like all the way in, and then I'll test it different places on the facing. This is where I would normally play it. It already feels very unstable right here, okay? So going all the way in, it sounds like this. The pitch is a lot flatter. A little further out. So this is a different note for any place on the facing, and that doesn't work. This is something that you'll struggle with. So it's not a mouthpiece that plays as best as it possibly could. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this mouthpiece, I'm going to measure it, and then we'll see what it looks like, and then I'll do the work on it, and then we'll run the test one more time after I've worked on it. All right. The facing is a little too long for a mouthpiece with this type of chamber. And there's almost like a bump in the facing. It just opens up too drastically at one point in the facing. That needs to be fixed as well. The first stroke on the sandpaper on the table side of this mouthpiece reveals that the table is not flat. And this causes a lot of leakage. The part of the baffle right behind the tip rail is also too high. Here you can see that I'm starting to bring it down to have a more effective baffle. Alright, so I've done the work on the mouthpiece and I'm pretty happy with it. So I want to run the test on the mouthpiece one more time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the mouthpiece on an open C sharp the way that it will normally play the horn. Alright, so that already feels a lot better. So now I'm going to do the test. I'm going to start with my mouth all the way up to here, or my upper lip all the way up to here, and then I'm going to move out in increments on the mouthpiece, and I just want to make sure that it actually stays in tune all the way on the facing. So the last was all the way out, and I would normally never play it here, but it's still easy to play in tune. Alright, so that's the test. I hope this is something that can be of use to you, and I want to thank you for watching. Alright, see you next time.